Good morning. My name is Doris Slay Barber, and I am so proud to support the GED Brunch this year because as a lifelong educator and a continuous learner, it is so important to be able to achieve all of your educational goals. I am the first in my family to attain a college degree, and along the way, I had more than a few challenges, finding the support and, more importantly, the funds to be able to complete my college education. I know how difficult it is to be able to find a job, or if you find one, to be able to balance possibly having more than one job and keeping up your studying and your projects for all of the courses that you're taking. Trying to manage and balance all of that at the same time, and possibly even being concerned about having enough money for gas. And yes, sometimes I had lettuce sandwiches. That was my meal. When I finally completed my first degree, I made my family very proud. I took a lot of pride in my own accomplishment. But at that time and on that day, the day of my graduation, I made a promise to myself, and I've tried every day to live that promise. That promise was, whatever my means were and whatever opportunities I had, I was going to support others in completing their education. I don't have the ability to write million-dollar checks or endow a building, but I have the opportunity to give my time, my talent, and some of my treasure to share with those of you who are continuing your education. So I stand before you today very proud as a bronze sponsor for the GED Brunch in 2020. My goal is to be able to help support the students in our colleges in whatever way they need to gain support during this time of this difficult pandemic. And for our community, we continue together.
Buenos dias. My name is Erlinda Cifuentes, and I'm so proud to support the GED Brunch. From the beginning, I started to help this organization mainly because my mother was a GED recipient at the age of 52 in 1983. She was so proud, and it did such wonderful things to help her and help her get along and get a better job. And it helped the whole family, as a matter of fact. And this year, due to COVID, I'm so excited that and happy that we are going to extend ourselves to help students in need. You know, helping others to bring hope, bring encouragement, because there's a need out there in the community. And if we can help, why not? Together with faith and hope, we can all help and bring good to the community and good to others, letting them know not to give up and to continue with their goals and to continue with everyday life. This will soon be over. And as we like to say with our brunch members, is that por nuestra comunidad seguimos juntos. Gracias.
My name is Martha Hasso, and this year I am so proud to support the GED Brunch Committee. I've supported them for the past couple of years, and it's one of my favorite organizations to be involved with. The reason I am so passionate about this organization is just because I'm so passionate about education in general. I think everyone should have access and resources to education, but not everyone does. And unfortunately, we find ourselves, especially during trying times, or, just things in life happen, right? But sometimes you just don't have the support or the resources, so you're just not there financially or emotionally. And this is where the organization steps in, and I love that about it. I think it's just a group of just passionate people about just education in general, and the fact that we're able to support at least one person, and help them pursue their dreams of higher education is just fantastic to me. I myself had the support of just one person, and I know just what it's like to struggle to just find your niche and find your groove and just kind of, have that push that you need in order for you to just continue and just flip the page. It's easier said than done. And so if you can find one person to do that, it's just incredible just to have that person in your corner. And I think GED is that for everyone. So if you can just please look into it. I think it's just a wonderful organization to support. It's a wonderful opportunity to give to students who are just not there financially or emotionally, or just struggle and just don't have the resources to, do it on their own. I think that you're giving them an opportunity to have a better future, to have a better life, and to feel good about them, build confidence, and just so many ways that you're helping them that you just don't know. And I think if you have the opportunity, look into it. Anything helps, just donate. Join us for GED Brunch this year. It should be crazy and different than the other years, obviously, but it should be just as fun. We're gonna have lots and lots of wonderful people there, and we can't wait to see you. So join us.
Good morning, everyone. Hello. Oh my gosh, let me look at all of you. I see you in your living rooms, at your dining tables, in your kitchens, on your laptops. Don't you all look so beautiful and festive? And we're so happy you're with us. I'm Michael Quintanilla, your MC for today's very special virtual fundraising celebration event. And I'm coming to you live. Yes, I'm live from the GED Broadcast Network headquarters off Callahan Road in the city of San Antonio, in the county of Bexar, in the heart of Martin Padron Jr.'s festively appointed living room, one of our 3MR producers. How about that? The GED Fabulous Brunch is literally in the house. Hi, Martin. Martin, along with his lovely and talented assistant, Anne Renee Islas, is sitting right across from me, working his producing magic. Hi, Anne. Another producer, Richard Arias, is across town. Hi, Richard. There you are. Oh my God, I'm loving your jacket. And my beautiful Manita, the one and only Marta Tijerina, is just up the road. And you'll see her soon in the program. Marta is yet another producer on our 3M team. Now, the 3M stands for Martha, Martin, and me, Michael, and R is for Richard. We've been working for several months to bring you today's show, a first for us. So wish us luck. And look, we also have Miles and Miles of security, too, because his name is Miles, and he's such a good boy, too. Now, because of this unusual time with a pandemic raging outside our doors, we are all working remotely to bring you today's program that is a hybrid show with me live. Others will appear with recorded messages of optimism and goodwill. In a year like none other, because of the novel coronavirus pandemic, we wholeheartedly welcome all of you to the 13th annual GED Fabulous Brunch. Cheers, everyone. Bienvenidos. We love you for being here, for showing us all the strength of your character, your faith, family, and friendship. For certain, this darn coronavirus has changed our lives, our choices, and our culture. COVID-19 also has changed our GED Leadership Committee's focus this year. This year, our 70-member group, founded and led by Marta Tijerina, has raised money for the Alamo Colleges Foundation's COVID-19 Student Impact Fund. And with today's event, with you, our generous audience tuning in, we hope to continue to raise more because the need is more for the fund that was started in March, soon after COVID-19 began its path of destruction. The fund is very specific. The fund is targeted. This fund is for students and only for students attending our 5 Alamo colleges. The need, because of the pandemic, is more. There is more food insecurity. There is more rent uncertainty. There is unemployment. Students are losing their jobs. There are evictions. They are losing their apartments, or maybe their parents are losing their houses. They want to stay in their homes. More importantly, they want to stay in school. And so they are calling college offices and begging, yes, begging for relief, for advice, for guidance, for survival. That, ladies and gentlemen, is their reality. That, ladies and gentlemen, takes courage. And so the COVID-19 Student Impact Fund, bold reform in the time of a pandemic, was established to address these urgent, immediate needs in need of money, because cash really is the only way to supply groceries, rent, housing, and utility assistance, money for remote learning and childcare. And of course, there still are continued healthcare expenses too. Now, I want you to step back in time with me. For the majority of the last 12 years, our GED supporters, new partners, and guests have gathered in the grand ballroom of the Omni Hotel, which has really been our fabulous comadre, compadre, first Saturday of September, Pachanga Extravaganza holiday hotspot. And while we are not united at hotel tables, eating our brunch, sipping on mimosas, chatting, laughing with our friends, hugging them, loving on them, shopping with them outside in the hallways and taking selfies. Oh my gosh, you know how I love those selfies. We are together right here virtually. That ballroom on this Saturday morning is vacant. Imagine that. You've been there when we've been so squeezed around each other that we could feel each other's warmth, and how we so love that feeling. Imagine seeing that in your mind, a ballroom that last year held our largest audience, slightly more than 750 guests. And right now, that ballroom is empty. But guess what isn't empty? Our hearts. Our hearts are full because our hearts are here, online and on the line, for such a worthy cause. And there's this. I have a second welcome for you, because our fabulous brunch has always been the official kickoff to the holiday season. I know I am not alone when I say this. I have always considered our GED Fabulous Brunch the start of the winter holiday season. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's also be joyful, because we are here to break bread and hopefully break another fundraising record in this, our first ever virtual holiday brunch, featuring several wonderful guests and a heartwarming talk from our friend and San Antonio Express News columnist, Elaine Ayala. There's more. We also have an online auction of several items ready for your bids. You're going to love what's available, from watches to wine to wonderful experiences. We have so much to spark bidding wars too. So please check them out. All of our fabulous items right here in our comments section on the screen. So many wonderful items. The auction closes at midnight, December 6th. That's tomorrow on Sunday. Please check them out. Our friends at Avon also have set up a special link for shopping, with 100% of the proceeds, 100%, going to the COVID-19 Student Impact Fund, because Avon heard about what our GED Leadership Committee was doing. Check that out also in our comments section. And if you'd like to make an additional gift, go to the comments section also. And if you can give a gift, Martine and Ann will assist me in giving you a shout out during our program. This would be so sweet. Let's make that happen. Just read our crawl below for links to all of our additional ways to help: our online auction, Avon, and monetary donations, even if it's just $1, because every dollar helps. Every dollar leads the way to helping our students rise up from COVID's ruin. Speaking of rising up, reminds me of leadership. And we would not be here today if it wasn't for the woman who started all of this 13 years ago and guided us to this very moment. Our friend and catalyst for today's COVID-19 effort. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our friend, Marta Tijerina. Hi, Martha. I know you're at home. How are you? Welcome.
I'm fine. Thank you so much, Michael. And it's so your opening is always so inspirational. Thank you so very much. It is very emotional for all of us. And first of all, allow me, please, and forgive me to say that this program has been perfectly produced by our Executive Director, Martin Pedron. Thank you so much, Martin. It has been wonderful. But I must say that on behalf of the group of friends, the GED Brunch, each and every one of them, they are here in spirit, but they are here also live within and with our heart. It is because of them that we are able to reach out to friends, to all of you, to those who are watching us today. I will say that we must send our gratitude always and forever to the Board of Trustees of the Alamo Colleges District, to our dear Chancellor, Dr. Mike Flores, and of course, the executives of the foundation, Sheila Merlu-Du, and of course, our friend Richard Farias. But I will say this also, that as we all know, we were not going to do anything this year. This 2020 brought us so many things to do or not to do. But when we learned of the Alamo Colleges District, the COVID-19 Student Impact Fund, we knew that we had to respond to that need. So thank you, all of you who have sending the donations, the contributions. And like Michael is always reminding me, remember, Marta, one of the thoughts, one of the writings of Madre Teresa, and yes, it is our message. We do not ask a lot to few, but we ask a little to many. We do this for our community. Again, the students, the Alamo College students are our students. We cannot and we must not leave them by myself. It's going to be a beautiful hour. Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you. It is again very emotional to introduce again to you, because we have been doing this and it has been an adventure of love, an adventure of heart feeling, and also thinking about our things and appreciation. I want to mention the individual, the leader in education, the leader in our community, who in 2008 gave us the guidance that we needed, the trust that we needed, and that is Dr. Bob Ziegler. Back then, he was the president of San Antonio College. So Dr. Ziegler, thank you so much. You are always with us. You are right now with us too, you and Mrs. Ziegler. To all our viewers, to all our donors, thank you so much. At the end, we will have a total. Richard Farias, the executive director of the annual giving, who has honestly been working 24/7. He will confirm and we will discuss with our executive director, with Sheila Merlu-Du, if the total that we have, that we think that we have raised, will be confirmed by them. They are the administrators of our fund. And in addition to that, remember that we were able also to establish the endowment with $100,000. So thank you, all of you, so much. Michael, where are you?
Martha, thank you so much. And thank you to everyone. And thank you for also reminding us of those wonderful and simple, humble words from Mother Teresa. And, you know, Martha, we don't, of course, have Mother Teresa with us, but we do have the Most Reverend Archbishop Gustavo Garcia Sier. The Archbishop has been our keynote speaker at our GED brunch, and he has led us in prayer as well at past brunches. We are so happy to have him with us today to lead us again in a prayer of thanks and giving.
I am honored to be with you today virtually for the 2020 GED brunch, which this year, due to the coronavirus pandemic, is assisting the COVID-19 Student Impact Fund at the Alamo Colleges District. Every person is a child of God, and justice requires that they be given an opportunity to live a life of dignity. Today, for most people, if they do not have a diploma or degree, they can't earn a living wage. They live in poverty, and their families struggle. Mothers and fathers, because of the lack of education, are forced to work 2 or 3 jobs at low wages just to provide the very basics for their families. At times, children are forced to drop out of school in order to help the family meet its needs. As a result, generation after generation remains locked in a cycle of poverty. In San Antonio, where people face many challenges to fully participate in the American dream and strengthen their financial future. I thank Martha Tijerina and her staff group of volunteers for their dedicated efforts over the past 13 years to improve the economic and social life of our community. More people than they know have been blessed through their hard work. So let us pray. Lord, please bless all who are taking part in today's event and those who are giving their time and skills in raising funds for this GED brunch. We thank you for their dedication, enthusiasm, and expertise. Help us to remember how blessed we are, and we pray for those who are to benefit from the actions of our effort today. And may our time together, though we are apart, be filled with enthusiasm and cheerfulness as we seek to offer greater financial support to these students who need the help we can provide. Amen.
Thank you, Archbishop, for your gracious prayer. Thank you for your continued support of our GED cause and for backing our COVID-19 effort. Thank you for believing strongly in education and advocating for those in need. Now, I invite everyone at home to please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you could please follow me in another pledge and just consider this thought as I say it. I pledge to continue to give to the COVID-19 Student Impact Fund throughout this program and after. We thank you so very much for that consideration. We also thank our sponsors and contributors who have given to the fund for today's program. We also are grateful to our elected officials who have joined us in this cause. Let's take a few minutes to acknowledge our patrons and champions.
girls. How are y'all doing?
Great, Margaret, and you?
Just fine. Y'all look beautiful.
Love your decoration. Good to see
Hey,
you.
ladies.
Hey,
Hi.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, what's going on? What's the cheese man? Huh?
Plenty of it.
Hi, ladies. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're here today, along with all of the other GED Brunch members and our fabulous guests. I know we've all been missing each other because of the quarantine. I need to ask you, how have all of y'all been doing? Margaret.
Well, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I'm trying to stay safe, just like everyone else, wearing my mask, washing my hands, social distancing. And I've been spending most of my time decluttering, eating, shopping online, more eating, drinking my favorite beverages. And did I mention eating?
Oh my gosh, yes, that's my favorite thing too, is eating. You know, they call it, what is it, the quarantine 15?
That's right.
Chris, how about you? How are you holding up?
Well, Michael, it's been a big challenge for me because, changing the way I communicate with my children and my grandchildren. I've been cooking and taking long walks with my husband, Joe, and doing some puzzles around the house. Each day, though, I stop and I pray to keep in my thoughts, my family and my friends. And I pray for peace in our nation and hopefully soon a vaccine.
Yes, absolutely. I'm with you on that. And I'm with you also on the hugs. I miss the hugs. And I'm learning to cook too. So that's a really great thing. I love hearing all of this. Your message is so inspiring. How about you, Francis? How are you holding up? What have you been doing?
It's been difficult. I am a people person because I get my energy from people. So, of course, I miss you all, and I miss all the charitable events that San Antonio has. And one of the best ones is the GED Fabulous Holiday Brunch. I also miss my dear Red Hat sisters, the Dazzling Damas, who go with me to most of these events.
I hear you. But Francis, you're dazzling me right now, Francis, just so you know, even though we're geographically separated, you are dazzling me virtually. You all are, Margaret and Chris, thank you so much. Hey, listen, since we've been in quarantine and we're talking about it, and we've also, you've alluded to the challenges. It's been challenging because, well, as you have said, we can't go out and enjoy our beautiful city, our beautiful San Antonio, the way we would usually do. So I got to ask you, what's one of your favorite things about San Antonio? Margaret?
Well, Michael, I have many favorite things, but one of them is the heart and soul of this community. I really believe every person in this Zoom and every person in San Antonio has helped someone one way or another. So when times are tough, people come together to pray, help a neighbor or family member, donate money or food, along with so many other actions of great deeds. All of these kind gestures is what makes San Antonio very special.
And that's exactly what we're doing today, Margaret. That's exactly what we're doing today as we are gathered here together, virtually as it may be. How about you, Chris?
Yes, well, what Margaret was saying is very, very true. But one of the reasons that I participate in this annual event that makes San Antonio so great is who can say no to Martita? She's a woman in our city who is so committed and determined, and her leadership has made that GED brunch so successful. So thank you to each of you for all your contributions and your participation in this event. You know what I like about the event? Not only the food, not only the shopping, but the wonderful comadres, the wonderful amigas that we get to see there. But once that program starts, it's a tearjerker because we listen to the students, and we have impacted those lives. We've changed so many families, and by your participation, you're left with, wow, this is something good in our city, and we all have made an impact.
Yes, that's so true. And you're so right about Martita Tijerina and our GED Leadership Committee. It's one of the great things that I love about San Antonio. How about you, Francis? What do you love about San Antonio?
I love San Antonio for its culture diversity. I love all the parades, and as I mentioned earlier, I love all the events. That shows that we are a giving, sharing city, and that is what I love about the many organizations that I support. Heretofore, with a GED holiday brunch, we would raise funds to help young people attend GED classes and pay for the test. This year, it's even more important to raise funds because some of our students are having difficult times just paying the rent, paying utilities. So I think it's wonderful that we're going to give so that they can subsist. That is so important during this time of the pandemic.
That's so true, Francis. And that leads me to my last question for you guys before we make our next introduction. And that is about how our GED Leadership Committee and the GED Fund that we support, this is, the 13th year that we would have done it. And we are doing it. And we are doing it in this way. We are pivoting, right? We are moving from the GED money that we raise for the GED. We are now contributing it to the Student Impact Fund, the COVID-19 fund for the Alamo Colleges District. So can you ladies share a little bit about why it's so important to support the event this year? Margaret?
Well, every day is a good day for gift giving. And I know during this holiday season, we tend to reflect and to realize how blessed we are. And this has been very challenging for many. This year has been very challenging for many families, including those GED students. Like the other ladies were saying, they're worried about making payments, bills, transportation, many other things. And this event not only tells their stories, but helps raise funds to make their lives better.
Why is it so important for you, Chris?
Well, we're just all getting ready for, again, the holiday season. And it's about thinking of others, about giving back, about sharing everything that you have, whether it's a smile, a phone call, but also the impact of your dollar. Your dollars can help someone with their utility bill, with their rent, with whatever money we raise. It will help bring many smiles to many families that are in need.
Absolutely. And Francis, I'll give you the last word. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I would just add that we are entering the season of giving. That's why we have the GED holiday brunch in December. And during this time, we are asked to remember those who have less than we do, those who need a little help in whatever area they may need. That is important because that shows that we are following God's commandments to help those who have less than we.
Thank you so much, Francis. Thank you, Margaret, and thank you, Chris. Thank you for such inspiring sentiments. I really appreciate it, and I know our guests do too. Now, ladies, how about this? Let's do this. Will you please help me introduce Mayor Ron Nirenberg? We are so very happy that he is here with us today. Mayor Nirenberg was elected San Antonio's mayor in 2017 and has shown continuous commitment to nurturing and broadening our city's access to higher education, which is why we are here today. He proved that when he introduced a plan called the Alamo Promise that offers tuition-free opportunities at our Alamo Colleges District 5 campuses to all qualified Bexar County residents, which we know are students, that many of them are also affected by COVID-19 presently, and the fundraising reason why we are gathered here today. Our mayor, like so many others, also believes that increased education leads to increased income, and that increased income will reduce generational poverty, which is why support of our GED COVID-19 student impact effort is so deeply needed and appreciated. Ladies, are you ready to help me introduce our mayor? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our fabulous
Mayor
Ron
Nirenberg.
Hi, I'm Mayor Ron Nirenberg, and I'm delighted to be a part of the 13th annual Fabulous GED Holiday Brunch and Bazaar. Thank you for participating in this year's virtual event and supporting this important cause. Usually the funds go to Palo Alto Adult Learning Academy, But as you know, 2020 has presented a new set of urgent challenges. This year, due to the coronavirus pandemic, the group has decided to raise money for the Alamo Colleges Foundation's COVID-19 Student Impact Fund. The SIF was founded in March to provide emergency resources for current students at any of the 5 Alamo colleges who need temporary assistance to buy groceries, pay rent, housing, or utility bills, access technology needed to support remote learning, pay healthcare expenses, pay for childcare expenses. A gift of any amount can make a difference in the life of a student. I want to acknowledge the years of volunteer work that this group, founded by Martha Tijerina, has contributed to the GED students who enroll at the Alamo Colleges. The resources provided by your contribution will make a community a better place in addition to helping individual students. Again, thank you and have a great holiday season.
Hi, Mamie. Hi, Doris.
Sylvia, Mamie, oh my gosh, ladies, I'm so glad to see you.
Me too.
Hey, ladies.
Oh, it's Michael.
Hi, ladies. It's me. How are y'all doing? Hey, listen, I know we've all been missing each other because of the quarantine. How have all of you been doing? Sylvia, how are you? Sylvia?
I'm staying safe, encouraging my loved ones to do the same. I'm also keeping a close connection with our family and friends virtually or on the phone, praying for all affected with COVID and being extra thankful for life's blessings.
I know we have to be so thankful and grateful. I hear you. I hear you on that. Mamie, how about you? How are you doing, Mamie? I miss you.
Oh, we miss everyone, Michael. Thank you. I'm going to get on Sylvia's coattails here. You know, communication is such an important word, and we're all communicating in every possible way with our friends and loved ones, and just staying very positive during these challenging times. And I'm just so grateful that we are all still so connected. So we're doing good. We're doing good.
That's so great. Here's a big hug to you, Mamie, and to Sylvia. And here's one for you, Doris. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Doris, how are you? How are you doing,
Thank you,
Doris?
Michael. I needed that hug. I am missing hugs. That is one of the big things I am missing. And, you know, I'm missing having lunch with my friends. I'm missing seeing my grandchildren. But, you know, this is a great opportunity. I'm getting accustomed to this virtual opportunity, but I do need those hugs like the one you just gave me. So thank you.
You're very, very welcome. And, you know, one day soon, I know we're going to be able to actually enjoy a real hug. But for now, there's nothing like a big, you know, beautiful virtual hug. Yes. So thank you for that, Doris. Hey, listen, I want to ask y'all another question. Of course, we're so glad that you're able to join us today, along with all of our other GED Brunch members and our guests that are with us. Can you share a little bit about why you're so eager to be here and support the students at the Alamo Colleges District? Sylvia, can you tell me why you're glad to be here today?
Yes.
And supporting this cause?
Yes, this is so special in my heart. The golden rule and helping those in need were instilled in me by my parents. And education is power, and that power not only fights poverty, but enriches the lives of families, our communities, and actually the world. Our GED program is a stepping stone to achieve this.
That's right. And, you know, we're so glad our leadership committee that under the leadership of course, Marta Tijerina, we were able to pivot and to do this and to help out the Alamo Colleges District, the Student Impact Fund. How about you, Mamie? What's your message to others about supporting the students?
Michael, thank you so much. And I know that I speak on behalf of many of our committee members that we have been part of this wonderful organization, loosely put together, as Marta likes to say it, for now 13 years. And we all know that the initial efforts of this organization have been fulfilled. Our challenges have grown along with everything else during these 13 years. And for me personally, how satisfying it is to know that we have all stuck together under this great umbrella called the GED Fabulous Brunch. And here we are making our first virtual. And I think the enthusiasm carries off through our supporters that we're so grateful for in every form and manner that they come. So the enthusiasm continues and our efforts continue, and we're seeing the fruits of those labors. So thank you so much, Michael, for asking us. Thank you.
That's right. And you mentioned that we're stuck together. We are stuck together because, Martha is the glue, right? And we're hoping that we can spread that glue with this event today in support of the students at the Alamo Colleges District. How about you, Doris? Can you leave us with a message about this effort as well?
Well, Michael, as a retired educator, goals are so motivating, and everyone has goals in their lives, and accomplishing them brings so much joy, not only to us, but those around us. And so the wonderful thing about today's gathering and the opportunity to bring our friends together for extra support is the support of the goals of our students to be able to accomplish everything that they wanted to do, to be able to complete their courses and finish the semester and prepare for the next semester, and ultimately accomplish their goal of getting their degree. So a pandemic is not going to stop us. We are tougher than that. So let's move forward and let's get out the support for our students.
That's such an inspiring message, Doris. Thank you so much. And I think that's also a message that I know we will hear from with our next speaker, Dr. Mike Flores. He certainly is a man who has set many goals and has made a wonderful mission for the Alamo Colleges District despite the pandemic and in spite of it. So ladies, will you please help me introduce our friend, Dr. Mike Flores. But first, a few words about the Chancellor of Alamo Colleges District, who will update us about our community colleges and the need to help students. Before Dr. Flores took over as Chancellor, he was the president of Palo Alto College, which was deemed one of the top 10 colleges in the nation for its excellence by the Washington, D.C.-based Aspen Institute. Now, the Institute is an educational rooted organization that really aspires to encourage leadership and individuals to reflect on the ideas and ideals that define a good society. Dr. Flores continues to guide all of the students at our 5 campuses with compassion and determination to succeed, also under the Alamo Promise, to pursue their full potential, a potential that benefits our city and benefits not only the students, but their families and their futures. And in this time of the pandemic and COVID-19, the fight for that promise continues. Ladies, let's do this. Will you please help me introduce the Chancellor? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our friend and the fabulous Chancellor,
Dr. Mike
Flores.
Thank you all for the warm welcome. And thank you for the privilege of speaking at this wonderful event that is so important for our students. I want to thank Chairman Casillas and all of our board members for their leadership and support of our colleges, and thank those trustees who are here with us today, as well as all of you who support our Student Impact Fund and those who organize this wonderfully celebratory event. It's truly heartwarming to participate in such a joyous occasion that celebrates our students, the colleges, and our community. I especially want to thank Marta Tijerina for her tireless leadership of this volunteer-driven event, and for the many, many community leaders who comprise a committee that puts this event on every year in coordination with the Alamo Colleges Foundation. For 13 years now, Marta, you have led this effort, and we are all so incredibly grateful. All funds raised today will contribute to our Student Impact Fund, which is a critical component of the wraparound support we are providing to students now and in the future. The Student Impact Fund provides financial assistance for students' needs outside the classroom, which can make the difference between students continuing on their pathway with us and making it across the finish line. As most of you know, our students face financial challenges that impact their ability to enroll and complete their education at our colleges. 37% of our students have limited income and are under-resourced, and nearly half receive some form of need-based financial aid. Many of them work to support themselves and oftentimes their families. The COVID-19 pandemic has added new burdens and directly impacted our students' ability to stay in college. To support our students through this crisis, the Alamo Colleges District has established a COVID-19 Student Impact Fund to provide emergency resources for students who need temporary assistance so they can buy groceries, pay rent or utility bills, access the technology needed to support remote learning, pay childcare or healthcare expenses. These hardships students are experiencing are temporary, but the value of an education lasts forever. The credentials our students earn at the Alamo Colleges are the key to providing them with the economic and social mobility that ensures a better future for them and their families, and to ending generational poverty in our community. The generosity of the partners participating in this event today reflects how the Alamo Colleges have been embraced by the entire community for our dedication to student success and excellence as we seek to fulfill our mission of empowering our diverse communities for success. They, in return, generously contribute to help fund scholarships and programs that provide critical support to our students. I am uplifted and inspired by their support, which indicates how they value the Alamo Colleges District and all of our colleges as invaluable contributors to the success and prosperity of the community. Thank you. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you, Mayor Ron Nirenberg, and thank you, Dr. Mike Flotis, Chancellor of Alamo Colleges District. Thank you both for your leadership and kind and inspiring messages. Again, I'd like to remind you about our ongoing online auction for some wonderful holiday gifts or maybe something for yourself. The auction remains active until tomorrow night at midnight. Our friends at Avon also have set up a special link for shopping with 100% of the proceeds going to the COVID-19 Student Impact Fund. The auction and Avon link can be checked out in our comments section below. And you can make a cash donation too, and I'll give you a shout.
Michael, we're live. You're not frozen.
Oops, well, I was just giving our audience time to make a donation. But, you know, you get the idea.
And here's 2 of them, Michael.
Oh my gosh, Ann, thank you so much. Oh, we do have some donations. Cindy Sullivan, thank you for your $50. Alyssa Aguilera, thank you for your $100. We so appreciate it. Thank you, yay! We appreciate it. Keep donating, everyone. We'll still be here. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for more inspiration, please turn your attention to this KSAT 12 video about the COVID-19 Student Impact Fund featuring Alejandra Gomez, who was able to finish her Associate of Arts and Teaching degree at Northeast Lakeview College because she received help from the fund this past spring, shortly after the fund was started. We'll hear from another student, this time from Leah, who attends San Antonio College and recently received fund support as well. Information on how to give will appear on the screen's crawl. Then Dr. Adelina Silva, the Vice Chancellor for Student Success, will tell us about the Student Helpline and how it connects students to more services. Now here's Alejandra Gomez telling us how the Student Impact Fund allowed her to complete her degree last spring.
Welcome back. Institutions like Alamo Colleges don't want their students dropping out due to lack of income caused by COVID-19. That's why they're encouraging those enrolled at any of their campuses to apply to their Student Impact Fund.
Yeah, that money can be used to cover things like groceries, rent, even perhaps a car payment. Our Alicia Beretta met one beneficiary who was close to losing her home due to loss of income.
Alejandra Gomez is a future teacher and a current advocate for students in college.
Pre-COVID, it was incredible. I was serving as the student trustee for the district, and so I represented the kids from all 5 colleges, and I was a full-time student at the time. Actually, for most of my time here, I was a full-time student.
Her role as a trustee included informing her peers of the resources Alamo Colleges offers.
I didn't want them to miss out on something that could really help them if they really needed that help.
At times, she needed help herself.
And so I would have family that would help me out with different financial stuff and even just paying for classes in the first place.
But she says she never thought she'd be close to being homeless.
So my family's source of income at the time was cut off because they lost their jobs, and we had family that was also in the hospital and dealing with other medical things, and so our bills are piling up, and it just ended up coming out of nowhere, honestly.
In May, she received an email from her apartment complex with an eviction notice attached.
It is at this time that we will begin filing evictions. We prefer to work with you rather than file evictions, so it is imperative that we hear from you. I received a notice May 12th that they were going to move forward with an eviction process if I didn't pay soon.
So she took her own advice and sought help from Alamo Colleges.
It's the Student Impact Fund, and it is for students that have had different financial situations within COVID-19.
She filled out the application.
Any other reason that you may have if you feel that something can be provided from the colleges.
Attached documents as proof, and within 24 hours, she had the resources she needed.
I think that things like that are incredibly important for the mission that they have here at the colleges. I think that there are people that really need help. They may be a student, they may be working full-time, they may be providing for a family.
She's especially grateful for donors like Marta Martinez Flores, who has raised thousands of dollars through her art print, Ese es Amor.
And it really does change lives for these students so that they can finish their education and go out strong, even with everything that's going on in the world.
I'm a current student attending San Antonio College. I've been attending SAC for 2 years. My major is early childhood studies, and I'm recently changing that to social work. So I hope to graduate with my social work associate's degree within the next year. And I've really enjoyed the support of the staff and faculty at San Antonio College. They're very helpful, very friendly. I like the environment as well. Back in March, I had been at a full-time position working at an early childhood center, and I got a good job opportunity. My last day was supposed to be March 12th. And in the midst of everything COVID happening, the new job had to kind of postpone everything, due to everything going on, HR, everything was shut down. And so I knew right away that I was going to be in a situation due to not having an income for about 3 to 4 weeks. So I reached out to the helpline at San Antonio College, and I was not aware of all the actual services and resources they could provide. And so I was very grateful that they were able to provide the student impact funds to help me for my rent. And that was very important in order to stay home and, kind of maintain my stress level and continue with my education as well. I have 2 teenage daughters. I have an 18-year-old, she's a senior, and I have a freshman, she's 14. And so it was very important for me as a single parent to be providing and uplifting during these times, and to know that you're supported out there is very, very helpful. And it's an overwhelming feeling because you feel so supported. Well, it definitely helped me by being able to have my rent covered. And so I was able to focus on the classes that remaining weeks of the semester and focus rather than drop out or just not, attend online. But receiving the funds and knowing that the rent was going to be taken care of was such a great feeling. And it was so helpful. And it just helped me continue my education.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Adelina Silva, and I serve as the Vice Chancellor for Student Success at the Alamo Colleges District. As you just heard from our students who were assisted through services provided via our Student Impact Fund, the Alamo Colleges pivoted immediately to address challenges that some of our students were experiencing related to COVID-19 at the onset of the pandemic. Your gifts are so important to us. Your gifts have major impacts so that we can address the needs of our students. At all of our 5 colleges, Northeast Lakeview, Northwest Vista, Palo Alto, St. Philip's, and San Antonio College, the students are provided services via our advocacy centers. We have what we call wraparound services through our advocacy centers that were developed prior to the onset of COVID-19. What we are able to provide through the advocacy centers are temporary emergency assistance, counseling, referrals, and community partnerships where we can link our services for our students out into community agencies that can provide them related to housing, related to transportation and childcare and similar assistance. We also are able to now more recently provide pop-up food markets with our food bank, and as well as telehealth. We're providing for our services for our students related to health. So all of those services are available. And I would like to encourage any of you listening right now that if you know of an Alamo Colleges student who needs help accessing or getting information about what's available through our advocacy centers, to consider calling our helpline. Our helpline is 210-486-1111. Again, it's 210-486-1111. And on behalf of all of the Alamo Colleges students enrolled at our 5 colleges, at our regional centers or community centers, I would like to convey our heartfelt thank you and appreciation for all that you have done to make this event possible. For years, the men and women led by Martita Tijerina and many other leaders in our community have partnered with us, and most recently to fight poverty through education. With your contributions, so many dreams come true, so many possibilities are available for our students, and make no mistake, you impact lives. So on behalf of all our students, our faculty, our staff, and our administration of the Alamo Colleges, thank you so very much. We appreciate what you do in helping students and their social and economic mobility in this community. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you, Dr. Silva. Thank you for your powerful leadership, for creating and promoting success for our students. And speaking of success for our students, we want to thank all of our donors for promoting success for all of our students with their donations. And guess what? We have live donations. We have a few more. Lucy Rumfelt, $50. Ronnie Brannon, $100. Thank you so much for your generous donations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, please welcome my friend and also my former editor, Nora Lopez. Nora is the Metro editor of the San Antonio Express News and a powerhouse newsroom leader who ensures diversity and mentors talent. We are especially proud of Nora in her new role as the recently elected president of the National Association of Hispanic Journalists. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Nora Lopez, who will introduce our keynote speaker, Elaine Ayala.
Thank you, Michael. It's an honor to introduce today's keynote speaker, someone I work closely with and admire as a leader in our newsroom and our community. As president of the National Association of Hispanic Journalists, I believe strongly in the importance of diversity in our newsroom. And that's why I'm proud that at the San Antonio Express News, we have Elaine Ayala, a Latina columnist with a prominent voice in our newspaper. And this is important, not just because she brings an authentic voice to our community as someone who was born here and raised on the West Side, but because she serves as a role model to aspiring students like the ones that the fabulous GED Brunch seeks to help. To see someone who looks like them and who can bring voice to their struggles and their triumphs can be truly inspirational and motivational. And really, no one does it better than Elaine. So without further ado, please welcome Elaine Ayala.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good people of San Antonio, who gather each year for the first Saturday of December for the fabulous GED Brunch. It's a very different morning for us this time. Instead of being together physically and able to hug one another, we must gather virtually so that we can remain safe, so that one day we can be together again. Over the last 12 years, the first Saturday of December has meant so much to me. I know I'm not alone. It's the way I've always started the Christmas season. I was there that first Saturday after Marta Tijerina drew us together to raise money for a cause that startled her. While visiting San Antonio College, she learned that GED students who'd completed their studies and were ready to take their tests couldn't. They couldn't afford to. Others were as stunned as she was to learn such an obstacle existed. This event, now in its 13th year, has come a long way since then. These extraordinary volunteers have helped raise more than $667,000, enough to meet the need and then some. Today, its work has raised enough for scholarships and influenced State Senator Diego Bernal to file a bill to make GED testing free statewide, at least for some. This year, you couldn't hold your annual fundraiser, but the Alamo Colleges needed emergency funds for students in crisis. While other groups might have taken a break and regrouped after the pandemic, you responded by saying, "How can we help?" Today, you are making possible a donation of at least $27,000 as of this recording, and it will go to the Alamo College's COVID-19 Student Impact Fund. It helps students pay for utilities, groceries, and childcare. Some of the students can't pay their rent or meet their car payments, and without shelter and transportation, they can't go to work, keep up with their studies, and provide for their families. I'm missing seeing all of you today, and I know I'm not the only one missing the marketplace. Our morning would have begun with shopping and talking, a few mimosas, and inspirational stories of women getting their GEDs and changing their lives and that of their children. I recall the number of times when the morning gave way to afternoon beverages in the lobby, with as many laughs as there were tears. I miss you, and you no doubt miss one another. I'm hopeful about the new year, about vaccines that will save lives. But let's remember that for some, they'll come too late. Some of you have dealt firsthand with COVID-19. You know people who've died, and for their families, we pray. I was so humbled to be asked to address you this morning with this message of friendship and charity. Thank you for having me. Thank you for opening your wallets and pocketbooks for students in crisis. If you can give a little more, please do. Someday, those San Antonians will find ways to pay it forward. And at the end of this difficult year, that's a blessing to hang on to. Thank you. Bless you. Stay safe. Wear a mask and have a wonderful Christmas.
Let's hear it for Elaine. Thank you. Let's hear it for Elaine, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for your heartfelt message of hope and courage. Thank you, Elaine, for reminding us to wear masks. Do it for San Antonio, Elaine, and everyone, and be safe. Everyone, let's give Elaine another rousing round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Marta Tijerina and also our special guest, Sheila Marlowe-Dew. And Sheila, this just came in. Thank you so much for your $100 donation. It was just handed to me. We appreciate it, Sheila. We love you. Sheila, everyone, is the Alamo Colleges Foundation Executive Director. And also with us is Richard Farias, Alamo Colleges Foundation Director of Annual Giving. Thank you for being here with us. Martha will now give us an update on the money we've raised, because you guys, this has been sort of a telethon of sorts. It takes me back to the telethons of yesteryear, GED Brunch merging with COVID-19 Student Fund Impact. Martha, we are so excited about this breaking news. Martha, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Michael. It has been so emotional, as we know, and our gratitude also to Elaine Ayala. As she mentioned, she has been with us since she knows the history of the GD Brunch, but she was in attendance at the first meeting in 2008. So thank you, Elaine. Thank you so very much. She gave a total of $27,000 sum, and our original goal when we spoke with Sheila was that it was a humble $500 that we want to raise, and then we added up to $10,000. So now we do have a total. Richard has that. I just gave him my total, but I understand, and I've been looking at the screen, that we do have some donations coming in. So with that, and before, I want to say to Sheila, thank you so very much, Sheila. As a professional fundraiser and brilliant executive with the Alamo Colleges District Foundation, you kept on asking us, what do you all need? And because of the money that comes in, and with our humbled fund, you have given us the same importance. It has been wonderful. God will allow us to continue. But again, thank you from the bottom of our heart. You are extraordinary. And in parentheses, I want to tell you that Richard has been working with all of us 24/7. So and he did this after working hours. So thank you, Sheila. Thank you so much. We love you, and thank you for giving us this opportunity. We trust and we pray that we will continue receiving your support and your trust. I hope that we get this married. We are going to work for it. Thank you so much, Sheila. And thanks to everyone, of course, everyone.
Thank you so much, Martha. You are such an inspiration to everyone. I couldn't think of a better way, if we couldn't be in person, than to be virtual, so that everyone can see your passion and the passion of this entire committee for serving Alamo College's students. There could be no better gift. Thank you for that passion. Thank you, Michael Quintanilla, for always being our champion, our MC, our celebrity. And I also want to thank Richard Farias. He has just done a wonderful job of taking it and helping you run with it and providing that backbone support that I know is so important for a special event. I'd also like to thank the board members, the foundation board members, and the board of trustees, because they support this as well. They see the beautiful work that is done through the gifts that come through the GED Brunch Committee. What a collaboration, 13 years in the making. And it's just such a beautiful match. Thank you so much. At this time, Richard is going to be the celebrity of the moment to share with us the grand total. Drum roll, please.
I hope that worked for a drum roll. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Martine, who is the technical wizard who has put all of this together outside of his work hours too. Martine has been phenomenal. You have all been great, and thank you to all the members so much. There is no greater joy in my duties with the Alamo Colleges Foundation than working with this group. There is no other group like this in this city that does what you do, I think, and probably in this, who knows where. You guys are amazing. And thank you to everyone who's joining us today. I love you all, and I love working with this group. Our total is, are we ready? $40,890.
Oh my God.
Woohoo! Wow.
And there's more to come because the silent auction is still live and until tomorrow at midnight. Share that link with your friends and family. Anyone can bid on the auction. They don't have to be with us right this moment. And also you can give an additional gift through that Avon fundraiser or through the alamo.edu/GED gift for a supplemental gift. So thank you all so much.
Wow, wow, wow. $40,890. That is so amazing. How awesome is that? How wonderful is that? Thank you, everyone, for helping us reach that total. Thank you all. We did this together. We appreciate everyone's contributions. And you can still give by visiting our online auction site that closes tomorrow at midnight. So please check out all of our fabulous items right here in our comments section on the screen. And remember that our Avon friends have set up that special link for you to shop with 100% of the proceeds going to the COVID-19 fund, also in our comments section. And ladies and gentlemen, you can always send a donation, for which we thank you so much for doing, for digging into your hearts and digging deeper into your pockets. As we close our program, please allow me to share these thoughtful words from St. Francis of Assisi that fit our mission so well. For it is in giving that we receive. That is exactly what you have done. We are so very grateful and thank you for your continued support. Thank you for helping others to excel in education, to excel in life. Thank you for your 13 years of donations that inspire leadership. Thank you for your 13 years of dedication. Thank you for your 13 years of raising the hopes of others, and in so doing, nurturing the hope of humanity. Thank you, and please join us next year for our 14th Blowout Extravaganza celebration on December 4th. Live from the GED Broadcast Network headquarters off Callahan Road, the 3MR team and our leadership committee wish you a safe and happy holiday season. Bye, everyone. Have a safe holiday season. Thanks.